Emmett Johnson, 5th nationally in rushing the football.
Yeah. Is the running back room exceeded your expectations?
As a whole, yes. It is weird because this isn't what I expected it to look like. I thought we'd see more of Mozee and of Nelson. So I thought maybe this level of effectiveness split across more guys, not Emmett being this guy. I mean, I was pretty.
You saw Emmett last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we had the sentiments about the running back room we had this year.
I
right?
have famously said it was only fine,
right?
But I like Mozee a lot.
I mean, most people did.
Yeah.
This isn't an indictment. This is
this
is just fact finding.
And I'm being honest about what I thought of the room.
Right. So we weren't enamored with Emmett, even though we saw him last year.
Yeah. I thought Mozee was going to end up being the best running back in the room.
We thought we liked Mozee. We thought we liked Mackay.
Still do.
Okay. But we had these questions about the running back room. It was like the second or third room maximum in terms of ranking of areas of concern.
Mm-hmm.
They were in everybody's top 3. So we're looking at, we knew what we thought Emmett was because we gave all the credit to Dana for finding him last year.
Mm-hmm.
We thought we liked, you mentioned Mozee.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned Mackay, how I feel about Mackay. And then we see the results. How can we not give Coach Barthel credit for development?
Well, you have
those aren't leading questions, right? Like,
no,
it just is what it is.
If I am being honest about what I thought about the room before the season, and I see what the room is now, particularly Emmett, that credit has to.
I love the little passive-aggressive disclaimer. He's part of the development. He doesn't get a set-aside.
No, I know.
Okay.
But I've seen more of the development from Emmett because we've seen more of him.
Okay.
So I want to make the distinction of.
I got you.
And I don't have previous data points with the other 2 guys, and I do with Emmett. So I'm using him as the main example here. He is a much better runner. I tweeted this a few weeks ago that this is not the Emmett Johnson we saw last year.
Okay.
It's just not. Like,
I agree. I completely agree.
Different looking guy.
I completely agree.
I did not know he was capable of some of the things he's done this year. Yeah. I did not know it was in there. Otherwise, I would have thought he was better than I did. I certainly didn't think we'd be 8 games into the season and he'd be 5th nationally in running the football. I did not think that it was – I didn't imagine there was a game this season in which he would carry the ball 27 times. He would have more carries than Dylan had pass attempts and that we would win that football game. Then that wasn't on the table for me at all. And that's not to mention that Isaiah Mozee became a running back 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And is already contributing at a D1 level. That matters. That Mackay Nelson hadn't had a carry, and we still like him when he comes into the game, right? Like, that all matters as well. Not to mention, like, people bring up Dowdell. You know how many carries Dowdell had at Oregon?
Do you know how much better Dowdell left than when he got here?
You know how much better he was from spring to fall from the time he got But do you know how many carries he had at Oregon off the top of your head?
13.
17.
Okay.
So, like, he wasn't a known commodity when he got here. 600 yards and 12 touchdowns for Dowdell last year was a huge victory in development for E.J. Barthel. It was. He had 17 carries for 90 yards at Oregon. He was a completely unknown commodity. He came here, was a big contributor to a team that made a bowl game, and then he moved on. That's totally fine. And either he was good the whole time and we're sad that he moved on, or he was never good. And, like, so what are we doing here? Like, the narratives around Dowdell don't make any sense. The narratives around Emmett Johnson don't make any sense. And the narratives around EJ certainly don't make any sense.
It's just I don't know why we're reluctant. And maybe it's because we're not getting
like the blue chip recruits.
Yeah. I mean, Kewan Lacey is apparently pretty happy at Ole Miss, right?
Well, and listen, I don't know why people point to him as a failure of Nebraska's recruiting. He was committed here, and then all of his hometown schools offered him.
I kind of like Tim's point about the other guys that Coach Barthel has a hand in recruiting too.
So I was talking to him about this at one of the high school games we were at. I think it was at one of the Westside games. And he's like, you realize
that's cool. You and Tim are buddies.
Oh yeah. We end up at high school games a lot together and just,
that's cute.
You know, hang out, talk about football. It's good stuff.
That's cute.
But he, man, I was surprised that anybody, he was telling me, he's like, do people not realize that guys like Trey Taylor, if you get rid of EJ, your relationship with Trey Taylor becomes a lot more precarious. and some of these other big-time recruits that Nebraska's brought in, like, you may not like the recruits in the running back room, although I would argue, I mean, I know you really like Jamarion Parker.
I liked him. I liked the story coming out of high school.
Coming in, yeah. Don't know what he's going to end up being. You liked Mackay and that, that eye and that development there.
I still like his temperament.
Absolutely. And you see him when he gets opportunities, he runs well. I like the way he runs, right?
Yeah.
And so just because the opportunities haven't been there doesn't mean that that's not a good running back. We don't know.
They got a lot of guys like that.
I know this is an extreme example, but did Thurman Thomas not giving Barry Sanders opportunities mean Barry Sanders wasn't ever any good?
No, I understand.
You know what I mean? I get that's extreme, but sometimes you have to give the extreme example.
Relative to their talent levels, it's not. I mean, people are smart enough to get the analogies.
Yeah.
And if they
aren't, that's a them problem.
Yeah, you got to stop talking about
But, I don't know anybody that would think Barry Sanders is less talented than Thurman Thomas, right? Yeah. That's pretty clear cut. But you sit here and you go, okay, so I think Mozee's the most talented guy in that room. I really do. That's how I feel about Mozee as a runner. But Emmett Johnson's currently the best running back in that room. Mackay Nelson has a ton of natural talent as well. That's a good room. Mm-hmm. We just haven't seen it yet because Emmett Johnson's the 5th leading rusher in the country. Come on.
I'm just looking for some insight.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because he doesn't say a ton, or is it the big time recruit thing? Because if you're talking just development, hard to argue.
Yeah.
He's much learning to run duo in the split zone and pressing the point of attack. He's just the toughness. Mm-hmm. If you ask some of those guys about just the practice rigor, and I get it, I don't know where it came from, but did you catch Coach Rhule when he said, contrary to popular belief, we're not practicing the guys too hard, we believe in rest? Where did that who would know how hard they
Also, I had people been saying that?
I hadn't heard that.
That wasn't a narrative. Usually when he's addressing
now I will say, if you ask the guys, they're gonna be like, this guy's crazy.
I don't want to be that guy. Didn't you all think T.O. was nuts? Going down to Miami? You all thought he was nuts and that he'd overworked you?
Every day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guys don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Apparently some of the times have been extended. Sometimes it just happens. You're out there longer than you thought. You'll be fine.
You guys fresh against Miami?
Yeah. I try to tell it to these guys. So he's off a half hour. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right. We'll figure it out.
40 minutes.
Listen, telling time is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
You got the analog and nobody wears a watch anymore. It's
Cheryl got away from me.
Shoot.
What else you doing?
Nothing. Let's.
We got 2 more classes throughout the day, or 3 for some guys. Never more than 3. Nobody's doing 4 classes in a day.
No. Well, no, because you get 1 in the summer.
Well, you take 15 or 18 hours. You're not.
Yeah.
The most you probably have in a day is 9 hours.
Oh yeah, because you split it. Yeah. Honestly, probably for most people, it's 2 a day. Because they get a couple credits in the summer, so they don't have to front load their fall season.
Yeah, you're good.
They're good to go. It's fine. DB,
what do you want now?
I have a question for you.
What?
It's a running back question.
Oh, fudge.
Somebody brought it up in the chat, and I'm curious what you think. They said, I don't really ever watch a running back and immediately think to credit position coach. Seems like the position most natural instincts, and EJ's toughness is his best trait, which can't be taught.
That's not true.
Please elaborate.
It's just not.
The toughness part, or that it has the most natural instincts of the position? Because I do think toughness can be tough to
absolutely
teach. Yeah.
Ask AG.
Oh, okay.
Ask him on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He got considerably tougher. Mm-hmm. Super gifted. Way tough.
Yeah.
Running style, pad level, reading blocks, patience. Some is natural.
Mm-hmm.
It can be pretty innate. Some is actually taught.
Mm-hmm.
I was not, and maybe I'm not a good example, just because of whatever people think of the career. But I only played running back 1 year before I got to Nebraska.
Sure. Yeah.
Literally 1 year.
Yeah. You
played it my senior
before,
year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So everything I learned was basically taught.
Mm-hmm.
And now, and you'll get guys, even with a guy, let's take who's a good one? Darren Diedrich.
Oh, okay.
Had some natural skills.
Sure.
A lot of credit goes to Coach Solich.
Mm.
Coach Solich gets a ton of credit for a lot of guys that were way gifted. I mean, nobody looked at Doug DuBose and like, ooh, look what Coach Solich did with him.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Mike Rozier about from Corrigan to Solich.
Mm.
Like both really good guys. Learned a lot from both. Mike Rozier won the Heisman.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit of a misnomer.
I would
you
agree.
just don't get the ball and run.
I also don't like. I don't know how you.
I actually think it's a very difficult position to evaluate in high school.
I agree.
I think quietly running back is a very sneaky position to project.
Because in high school, if you are just more physically gifted than people, a lot of times that's hard to project how that translates to college, right? Like, because a lot of running backs you see like, oh, he's just bigger, stronger.
Look at Dan Alexander.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of coaching and teaching that went on with Dan.
I mean, I don't know how you just don't look at, like, that's part of the reason I brought it up with Emmett earlier is in being a different guy. He has, like, this year, he has not looked anything like he looked in the previous 2 seasons where we saw him play, right? 23 and 24.
Ask Tate if he's learned anything as running back. He's way good, right?
Oh, way better than he was.
Way natural, right? Ask him what he's learned.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. He's a way better running back right now than he was at the beginning of last year. I know that.
Just the nuances. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, there really is. And
ask Alvin Kamara, who is converted to a full-time running back after playing some split and wide out and slot.
I think one of the biggest things with Emmett is that's a guy who I think a lot of people, and reasonably so, said, hey, I don't necessarily love his vision.
Yeah.
That has gotten way better at that. And vision is probably one of the things we think is least teachable.
Yeah.
Right? When people talk about vision, they think that's like an innate thing.
I mean, I'm not going to pick at it just because I get the general premise. But sometimes we confuse feel and vision.
Mm.
Right?
Okay. So explain the difference there.
So feel would be, who said it the other day? It was beautiful. They were like, hey, if such and such gets over the top, then that means cup. Who are we talking to?
Must have been MRI.
It might have been.
If you're talking like
that,
it
might have been Michael Rosati. Yep, it might have been MRI. Where feel is for flow, especially if you run like a lot of zone, where you get guys where you say, "Oh gosh," like just how you look at James Cook.
Mm-hmm.
His feel for the schematics of what his team is doing is at a high level. Now he's gifted.
Yeah.
But he understands the nuance. Christian McCaffrey is probably people are going to take this wrong because he's about as athletic and talented as anybody. But his natural evolution to just be an every down, get 4 yards and snap it again guy versus I can crease you like I did every 5 yards or every 5 carries at Stanford is different. Like there's some of those things that are learned. So there's plenty that can go on. And even versus odd front, or
like some guys have a better feel versus an even front versus odd front.
Where's the next break possible?
So here's the hole that my offensive line creates, but where are the
where's my next greatest chance at an opening, and what's my key, right?
So would you describe feel versus vision as feel is almost the like knowing the internal timing of when you need to hit that hole?
How long to press a point of attack? Where
kind of that change of speed,
patience.
Okay.
You watch EJ run duo now. That's from repetitions. Watch AG run counter. He could do it in Green Bay. It looked different than in Seattle.
Yeah.
Green Bay, he could do it in his sleep because those guys up front, it was so smooth and rhythmic. Like, there's. He can see his vision didn't change.
Sure.
The feel for the context of the play is different, though. You don't hit every play with the same gear.
Right. Yeah.
You just don't.
No, that makes sense. I mean, it's the change up in baseball. It's the change of pace in basketball when you kind of keep a guy on your hip and like.
One of the things that's really, really impressive for Derrick Henry, who in college was kind of a downhill kind of hit it, split it guy. His his rhythm and pace for downhill run game, whether he's out of the gun or not, is incredible to watch.
Yeah.
He has learned a ton since leaving Bama, and he was pretty good when he left there.
He's kind of a funny one because he sort of falls into that category of guys that are sort of hard to evaluate in high school because he was not playing at a high level in high school. He was bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. And so you sit there and you go, okay, yeah, this guy's a freak, but I don't know what that looks like against SEC defenders. And then you go, okay, he's a freak. I don't know what that looks like against NFL defenders. And if he hadn't learned, like, it's easy just to continue to say, oh, well, I guess he just really is bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. And he is. But if he hadn't learned the things you're talking about, we wouldn't talk about him the way we do.
100%.
Like, he's not the guy that goes for 2,000 yards and that's still at age, however, 30, 31, whatever he is now. They're just like, I guess he's just not going to get old.
Yeah. You know, the ridiculous thing about one of the things that I admire, and I've said this about some other backs in the past, I always like to look at the difference because I just know how hard it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't be one of these guys where, like, your 21st carry look like your first.
Yeah.
There's just something there's a methodology to the training, to being able to put your body in stressful situations on repeat mode.
Well, just mentally, right?
You have to train that way. Right.
So you have to physically condition yourself.
It was Dom. It was an offensive lineman. Might have been Aaron. It was somebody. Or I was talking about the weird thing about EJ. How many times do you watch him get hit from behind, and it doesn't really impact him? Knock on wood, the ball never comes out. He gets himself in these awkward.
He does a lot.
Trappy positions, and
yeah. I get kind of like. I'll be honest. I pucker a little because sometimes you see it. I'm like
every time
because
it's one of the main reasons why I don't like to eat. Right? It's like it's like you just look and you're like, oh
yeah. You've watched enough football that when a guy gets hit a certain way, you're like, oh, ball might come out.
Yeah, and he just right back.
To this point has not.
Like that's a
thing.
It's taught, yes, and he's really embraced it. Like whatever he does. Their regiment, though, and they rep the heck out of duo. I just remember Sharmar when he was talking to Coach Rhule, where I thought Nebraska was actually going to have a chance, was these guys just started talking about duo and why they like it and the patience and how Nebraska runs it a smidge different. And he's like, yeah, at NDSU, we call it this, but it's like this. And I'm like, see, that's a guy that has learned to play the position.
Learn the position, yeah.
It's definitely can be taught.